Hi, this is Trevor Conquergood. Welcome to this week's RNK Software Club's video for the week. And our topic for this week is about the color play tool and also about the pick and apply color brush. And so I guess it's all about colors this week. Anyway, if you guys are ready to get started, let's go ahead and pop onto my workspace. And so basically, the first thing I'm going to do is just browse to the library and visit March 2022, where there's a cool design with like a tree of life, and there's all these different leaves. And so it'd be kind of fun to, maybe change their colors. And one way that you can change the colors is to use the color play tool that's found up here at the top where it says color play. When you click on it, a little kind of pop-up window will open up, and this is something that you can use to interact with the colors of your design. And so there's buttons like lighten, and every time you click it, it'll lighten the shades of every color in your design or darken. There's also a reset button, so if you just want to go back to the originals, and you can try tinting them based upon a color, give them, all kind of shades of pink, or reset. You can try randomize, which is could be kind of fun, and maybe you'll come up with some color combinations that you would have never thought of had without this. So the other thing you can do is limit the colors. So notice here it lists all the colors in the design. And if you don't want to change the harvest brown, you just thought maybe you'd like to try changing the colors of the leaves, then you could randomize the colors of the leaves, but it would leave the color brown alone. You always have the reset tool to kind of go back to the original kind of settings. And another thing you can do is change the theme. So when you choose a theme, there are different pre-made themes like, colors of gold. And when you choose that and say, okay, it colors your design into those colors. And so you can choose any colors you want. And when you say, okay, it will update the colors of the design in your workspace. And now the thing with color play is it'll suggest new colors, but it's always going to keep the colors, the brown leaves are always going to be the brown leaves, and the gold leaves are always going to be the gold leaves. The new pick and apply color tool, that's a new tool. So probably the easiest way to find that would be to open up the the pop-up palette, which is down at the bottom on the left. You click here and it opens up a pop-up palette, and if you click again, it will close it. So it's kind of like something you can open, interact with your colors. And if you want to add colors to your color palette, you could come in here and say, oh, I like this color purple, right click and choose add to design palette. And so now we have the color purple in our, design palette. And even if you close this, it's always there for you to use. Now, another thing with that pop-up palette is the option right here where it says pick and apply. When you click on that, I want you to notice that my cursor becomes a paintbrush. And if I kind of uncheck it, that my cursor is the select tool. And with the select tool that when you click on something, you'll select it. And I guess in this case, the whole design is all grouped together because it's selecting everything. And of course, you can ungroup it if you want to. But notice when I turn on pick and apply, that now, first of all, I can choose a color from my color palette. So if you thought, let's do a little bit of dark brown leaves, and you just click on any leaf to change its color, and you can change the, color of leaves by just at randomly clicking on them. Come over here and select another color and then click on a few more leaves. And so the idea is that you can pick the color and then apply it repeatedly. So if I choose something very different like pink and I come over here and I start clicking, you'll easily be able to see, what is coloring into the color pink. And so this is kind of the idea that you might want to recolor your designs, pick a few different kind of colors to work with. And essentially every time I come on my color palette and choose to a different color, now I can start clicking and applying that color. And so to turn it off, you simply uncheck the pick and apply option down here, and you can close your color palette. You can also turn it on, pick and apply. You can turn that on from the sort of normal color palette. And in that case, you would choose the color you want to apply. So let's say it's this light blue right here. And notice that that light blue becomes the color that is highlighted over here in the left of the palette. And notice that if I click on that color, that I now get the pick and apply color brush that I could color with. And now you can color with the color blue. If you're done coloring with the color blue and you want to stop, you could click on your select tool to go back to kind of regular, use of the software. Or I guess you could pop up your pop-up color palette to, turn it on and turn it off from there. So kind of two ways to turn it on and two ways to turn it off. If you do kind of change the colors of your design and you get sort of extra color stops happening, just know that we have the color sort tool. And if you click on color sort, it will organize all of the colors to be grouped together, and have the least number of color stops possible for your design. And so, yeah, that is, I guess, the presentation for today is all about colors and the color play tool and the new pick and apply tool. And so thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Until next week, bye for now.